babies. We're gonna do a reading. I'm gonna do a reading. You do what you do. I'm not your mom. Yes, I took a shower, so my hair is just gonna look a little crazy while it dries off. How are you? I dropped one. What did we drop? The 9 of Wands. Overthinking in your brain? Stuck in your cabeza? This is also like ego trip, where you're like, yeah, but like, I'm high and mighty. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna try to be a little bit quiet. I'm thinking, hold on. I said try, okay. Thanks. Okay. The Wailing Woman, I don't know if Hispanic folklore is specific. I've been hearing, what's her name? I think La Lorna. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. There's a Hispanic folklore, this story where this woman found out that her husband was having an affair, or yeah, and felt, she's called like the weeping woman, and she drowned their kids out of her grief, and in attempts to like bring them back, she'll lure children into like the lake. It's like a dark story. It's like a Hispanic boogeyman, if you will. And you can educate me on this if I'm wrong. It's just, that might be specific or just a clarifier. I'm not sure why that came through, but that was very specific. I've been hearing it, and there was a car that passed by, and just the way that the engine was running sounded like it was crying. So that was like very specifically. Okay. So someone from your past feels like you owe them something. Like there was supposed to be a give and take that do you feel like this? Okay, I'm gonna say this as if it's you. But the 9 of Wands, it's like you're stuck in your head. Thank you. You're stuck in your head because you think that there was supposed to be some give and take, this reciprocal give and take. With the 6 of Pentacles, yes, I mean, it's like charity, but you thought that there would be some consistency in this. The way I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna say it the way that it feels, because this is what it feels like. You felt like you could trap somebody into an agreement with the Six of Pentacles here. Like, you will pour into me and I will pour into you, and we have an agreement now. And you're stuck in your head about it because with the Six of Cups reversed followed by the Ace of Cups, both of those reversed, it's like you're no longer the fulfillment that they're looking for, or you're no longer the fulfillment that they need, and vice versa. And you're stuck on that because you attached so much value to this give and take that you kind of lost yourself. You're not hurt. You're not, it's like I'm getting this idea of like, you abandoned me, like you left me. No, that's not what happened here. This is very much victim mindset. Like, I'm going to project it onto you. You're the issue, you're the problem, because it's not. We got Temperance upright followed by the Ten of Swords. You weren't hurt. You got what you wanted. I feel like it also was where you put all of this into whatever this exchange was because you felt like you were going to get something out of it. And now you have something out of it, but it doesn't look like the way that you want it to. So you're like, wait, like you've now violated and hurt me and betrayed me, when that's not the case. Like, you've got a skewed idea of what reality is right now. And I say this with love. Seven of Cups reversed. Yeah. So you're like, what's really the truth? So you got the Seven of Cups reversed followed by the Ten of Cups. You're like, what's really the truth? Because I deserve joy. I deserve happiness. I deserve, fulfillment like this. So what's really keeping me from it? Because with the Seven of Cups, it's like indecision. It's kind of blindedness. This idea of like not being able to see clearly of like what is the best path for you to go on. Where is your fulfillment? How do you get there? All of those great questions. But you're sitting here and you're like, but don't I deserve this Ten of Cups? Don't I deserve the joy that I'm looking for? Absolutely you do. Let's get some advice. You got the High Priestess reversed with the Knight of Swords crossed. So you're not listening to your intuition. You know what to do. You just don't want to do it. I feel like you feel like you're not strong enough to do it by yourself. The Knight of Swords crossed. It was giving energy. So you're giving just enough, like you're just close enough to reach your bike, your destination. You're just close enough. You're just there. But you feel like you can't do it with the Two of Cups reversed because you feel like you need someone to like do it with you, like join you in the process. And breaking out of this cycle where you're dependent on, like where you purposely build the dependency with someone else because you want to rely on them, like you want the dependency. That's what this was. You're breaking out of that and building a life for yourself where you're not dependent on other people. Because before, you would purposefully trap people so that you could depend on them. I think that's weird. I'm sorry. I am judging you with love, but I am judging you just a little bit. But it is. It's like this idea where like you're now going through a cycle where you're like, oh my God, like, am I able to do it by myself? Is this something that I can even, like I need someone to be, I need it. It's also Mercury retrograde, so don't even stress and don't even worry about starting or anything right now. Okay. So you got the Knight of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, which is like an incoming offer energy, but followed by the Four of Pentacles. It's giving the principal from Abbott Elementary when she went on her date with, and the Empress comes out, when she went on her date with Oshan, I think that was his name. Abbott Elementary, and she was just the worst guest. And you start to see that, like, this is what she's used to, this is what she's experienced. And I think that, one, it's important to recognize if it's that something of the same dynamic where somebody is willing to look past those things. Don't hold on too closely to your traumas and insecurities and patterns. You know, like, I don't know why it's important to mention, but like, don't instantly, you know, like, just because there's attraction doesn't mean it's sexual. Like, allow yourself to just explore, you know. I feel like you're breaking out of a self-created cycle of self-loathing where you depended on people who didn't fucking want you. And you were like, but you need me because I need you. Blah, 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 blah. You're the bad guy because I trapped you. And then you started realizing, you were like, wait, why? Because we're miserable. What the fuck is happening here? We're miserable. Don't I deserve this happiness, this 10 of Cups? And then you started realizing the High Priestess reverse is your connection to Source. Like, your Ori. Like, this is very, very clearly, like, you didn't follow the path that you knew was written for you because you felt like you needed somebody. You need someone to be able to pour into you so you could do it together. And it's like, no, you really fucking don't. And I love you. This is beautiful energy to be breaking free of. Like I said, I think it's fucking weird to do that, and it's not saying that in a judgmental way, but this is one of those things where it's like tough love, where you have to really say, damn, like, I put myself in a position to be stuck, like to be stuck in my mind of all these different things because I felt like I needed someone to be there so bad, because you limited yourself and them. And that's kind of fucked. And that's with love. But through this, you're embodying your Empress energy. Like, and no, this is not pregnancy related, but you're embodying your Empress energy, where it's, you know, you're able to live the life that you want to live, and you feel soft and gentle and gullible and whatever you're thinking of, you know, joy. I'm thinking of joy. I don't know if joy is something, you know. I'm getting a very specific, I'm going to finish this up, but I'm getting a very specific image of like frolicking. So I don't know if like black girl joy, like that's what came to mind, is like black girl joy, and like black girls frolicking in the woods wearing pretty dresses. It's just, that's kind of the vibe that you're giving off, is, you know, like, once you really learn to accept yourself and not force other people to be like, well, if you don't want to love me, I'll make you love me, you know, like, if you break out of that, your energy is just so beautiful because of who you are. And when you're not pouring it into people that either don't know what to do with it, don't want to do anything with it, or that don't know how, when you allow yourself to like pour into yourself, where it's like, yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of work for yourself, but this is something that, like, when you look at the end of it, like, I'm thinking of like a bright a well-lit forest. And like, I don't know if you identify with the embodiment of black girl joy or fairies or frolicking, or you know, that's kind of the vibe that this is giving off. I think like it's beautiful. It also is like, I was thinking about there's a lot of channels here in terms of character, so I will say take it as it resonates. There's another, the energy that came through was there's a character in Squid Games in the first, I guess, season. I haven't watched it in God knows how long, so I don't know like her ID number or whatever, but she was the perfect embodiment of the wounded feminine. So you're thinking of like your, you know, like your Jezebel embodiment. So like this is what you're healing out of, especially if you're using that sexual energy, that pride, that ego, whatever it is. And this is where I say, like, with all love, like sometimes you do have to take a radical look at yourself. But like really looking into like, oh my God, am I under the influence of the Jezebel spirit? And this is you healing past that. Because there's a character in Squid Games, and she was, you know, using her body and her sex to try to convince, there's a character with a snake on his face, to try to convince him that she was worthy, and like, look at me, I'm big and great, and oh, you want me, like all these different things. And it's like, that's also the energy of coming, of like what's coming through is you no longer seeking that kind of validation, because you know you can have it, you know, especially if you know, if it is something where like you've been fetishized and you've been thrown into this image, and now like you just want to frolic in the woods, you know, like you're like, I don't want to be sexualized, I want to be a fucking fairy, you know. So if you are switching from like the baddie to the goodie, or whatever it is, whatever the fucking, you know, the cutie patootie or whatever it is, like this is something where you're healing a very interesting, a very intimate wound within yourself. And I don't think there's any reason to shame or hate yourself for it. It is fucking weird. With love, you know. I think it's a little weird, but this is you healing away from this. Cause it's like very, it's like secretly pick me energy. Yeah. It's all love though. So take the opportunity, take this opportunity to really just breathe, relax, be aware of who you want to be, and take every moment as either a confirmation or a challenge as to who that is. I've gotta go. Thanks for coming to my